Brendan Hunt, the unlikely fan. We are now at the semifinals. Tonight, we have Germany versus Italy. Now, I know I've enjoyed making a few predictions for you here and there, but now we're in the semifinals. Let's not leave it to the amateurs. We have here our special gambling correspondent from Cicero, Illinois, Mr. Mike Shotz. Thank you there, Hot Pants. All right, Mike Shotz here talking about the semifinal between Germany and Italy. What a match. Two huge legends going head-to-head. They've each won 3 World Cups. Can one of them win a 4th? We're going to find out if they can. But first, will they win this particular match? Now, Italy, what do they got? Oof, they got Francesco Totti. That's what they got. Francesco Totti. When Francesco Totti is on point, Italy does good. When he's not doing good, Italy does bad. Euro 2004, he spat on the dude. He got suspended. They were done. Bye, Totti. Year before that, he got a red card. Italy crumbled without him. The year before that, though, he was awesome there in the Euro 2000, and not only did they do pretty good making it all the way to the final, but they soaked up all that sweet pressure from the home side with the home field advantage. And their coach is the Pink Panther, Marcelo Lippi. He's Italian. He's the coach of the Italians. The Pink Panther keeps the stuff together, and they're going to be all right, because the Pink Panther says to them, hey, soak up the pressure and then keep on going. Another interesting part of this matchup is that Italy is the greatest diving nation in the history of soccer, whereas the coach of Germany, Jurgen Klinsmann, that dude is the greatest individual diver in diving history. He's the Greg Louganis of soccer. I mean, not in every way, but in your pertinent diving-related matters. Well, let's look at the other side of this. We got the Germans. I'm part German, so very excited for my people. But they're not all German. Up front, you got the strikers, Miroslav Klose. Miroslav Klose! Only guy ever to score 5 goals in 2 World Cups. And Lukas Podolski, who apparently is a pretty boy, according to my daughter. Now, look, those guys are not actually German. They're Polacks. I'm part Polish myself, so that's fine. But those guys are doing all the work right now, so much that Michael Ballack doesn't have to do nothing. Last World Cup, they didn't do nothing without Ballack. Ballack carried them on his bell back, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you very much, my German friend, all the way to the final. So he's going to have to step up at some point, probably now, because them Italians might shut down them strikers that they got, okay? So, here's my prediction. Germany 2, Italy 1. Ain't gonna be no shootout this time, kids. Ain't gonna be no shootout. All right, you fruitcakes? Send in your emails. This guy gets lonely. Don't you fruitcake? He's a real prince, this guy. Okay, see you tomorrow. We talk about France versus Portugal, and then we give me the laurels for my incredible predictions, all right? Okay? Mike Shot, doing it for you. Mike Shots wants you to make your money, okay? Spend it all. Spend the ranch. Bet the kids. Do whatever it takes. Whoa! We are sitting here in Amsterdam just a few minutes after Italy shocked Germany at the end of their extra time awesome semifinal to send Italy into the final. And now we give you to the highly paid gambling guru who we brought in to correctly guess games and who failed to do so, Mr. Mike Shotz. Holy crap, did you see that? Oh my God! I've never seen the game end so crazy. I mean, it was a fine 0-0 draw up to that point. I mean, no one likes a 0-0 draw, but that one was unbelievable. We all thought 2 minutes to the end there, we thought it's going to go to penalties. Germany's going to win on penalties because they always do. Italy's going to lose on penalties because they almost always do. But man, when they scored that goal there at the end, that was nuts. That was crazy. Nobody expected that. By scoring a late goal and winning the match, you know what Italy did? They out-Germany'd Germany. And that's nuts. That was fantastic. Good luck, Italy. I got my prediction wrong, but I got my prediction right, too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was nuts. Now, tomorrow's game. We got France, we got Portugal. All right, apparently some people have been giving guff to my hombre over here about him bitching about Portugal. Really? Really? But here's the deal. My man's not wrong, all right? Portugal didn't become a bunch of jerk stores overnight, all right? First of all, they're going through this World Cup with a meticulous plan of time wasted in diving. It's what they do. Portuguese fans, you can still go on rooting for Portugal, no one's saying don't, but you're supporting a team of time wasters and divers, okay? You're the new Germany. You're the new Germany so bad that right now there's a list of teams in this semifinal. People are like, oh gosh, Italy, Germany, Portugal, France. I guess I gotta root for France. Portugal, you got people rooting for France. Yikes. What kind of crazy world we live in? Portugal didn't just become a bunch of a-holes overnight, right? Irish. Part Irish.
No, they've been a-holes before. They weren't a-holes at Euro 2004, sure, because they were the home team. They didn't have to be a-holes. But back in 2002, you know how they went out? They went out with 2 red cards against South Korea and punching the ref in the stomach. And you know what that means? They went out like a bitch. That's how you went out, Portugal. Before that, Euro 2000, where they lost in the semifinal against France, like they're gonna do today. In the semifinal against France, they fell apart and they lost their cool, and Luis Figo goes storming out the field without shaking anybody's hand, because Luis Figo is a big fat baby. You understand? I said it here, Luis Figo, big fat baby. Or as they say in Portuguese, Luis Figo está grande baby. Look, Portugal, maybe you can get in England's head, because they're a bunch of tick and tie bombs, especially that Rooney guy who likes to dance on guys' nuts. And maybe you can get in Holland's head, because they're a bunch of kids, okay? You took advantage of them, that's fine. But France is too smart for that. You're not going to be able to do it. France, speaking of France being smart, they finally figured out how to get Henry and Zidane and Vieira all playing together as a unit. That's one fantastic triple-decker baguette. So, I give it to France. They're going to be winning 1-0. 2-0. France 2-0. And, you know what else? They're going to be singing that French song at the end, the one that goes ba ba da ba 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 France, France, France.
Send in your emails. The unlikelyfan@boomchicago.nl. We'll have one more mailbag before we go.
France, 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 France. Francie, 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 France. Brendan Hunt, the unlikely fan, will not be joining you tonight. He is out drinking, celebrating Portugal's defeat. I've never seen a guy get so emotionally attached to a game where there was no team playing that he actually liked. I mean, Brendan's emotionally attached. Me, I'm not so much a fan. I'm a gambling guru, all right? I keep an emotional separation from the subject. Why? So that I can help you make money. Now, if you were watching yesterday, you saw that I predicted France would win, and hey, what happens? They did. I'm going to go to bed tonight on a blanket made of euros. How did they win? Well, they won on a penalty by Zinedine Zidane, which is pretty awesome because Portuguese guys, they hate Zinedine Zidane because he won the Euro 2000 semifinal against them. History, that's history repeating. Now, what else we got there? You got that French defense. I mean, that is hot garbage right there. We got a saying in the United States of America: defense wins championships. And these French defenders, oh my God, they all won in their own league last year. They got 4 different guys who won in 4 different leagues. You know what I'm saying? And can you also believe that the toughest guy in the team is named Lillian? Lillian. You got a guy named Lillian out there kicking ass. Oh, the World Cup, it's nuts. Portugal finally coming to an end. Well, Portugal, you cheated and clawed your way to the semifinal, and good for you, and now you're out. You know what you done, Portugal? You know what you done? You didn't win anything, and you made the whole world hate you. And it's not just like being, you know, the 80s Pistons or the 70s Raiders, who are then hated by a couple cities in the United States of America. No, if you're the most hated team in the World Cup, the world hates you, because the word world is in the title. So congratulations, Portugal. Great job for your tourism. That's going to be a great kick in the economy for you. Okay, so now let's look ahead to the weekend. I'm not going to give you a prediction yet on the big final we got now between Italy and France. A heck of a matchup, a rematch of the Euro 2000 final, which was a great game. People, I know we want to make money, but it's not time. I need a couple days to go over the charts, look at the stats, look at the trends, look at the people, look at the haircuts. I got to learn how to pronounce everybody's names. Marco Materazzi? Materazzi, if he was Maserati. I know all about Maserati. I rented a Maserati in Tahoe. Well, my cousin rented it. I didn't quite have the funds. But I got a prediction for your 3rd place game. Nobody cares. All right. Bang! We win again. Okay. Send your emails in to the unlikelyfan@boomchicago.nl and hungover Hunt McHuntalot. He'll get over his hangover tomorrow and he'll be back to help you guys out. Okay? All right. Mike Shotz. You gotta listen to me, people. I'm not just a gambling guru. I'm a genius! Genius.
Brendan Hunt, the unlikely fan, still here in Amsterdam, and we're going to read from the mailbag now. These are actual letters from actual people who sent me actual letters, except electronically. First, we begin with John Rosenfeld, a Germany supporter in Amsterdam. There's not many of those. My comment is on your comment that FIFA is afraid of cameras. My understanding is that FIFA believes that using cameras and the associated instant replays would mess up the flow of the beautiful game. Well, thank you, John, but here's the thing. They said that very thing before they started using replays in the NFL and in rugby and in the NBA and everywhere else they use replays. You know who's got replays? Everybody except referees. Let's let them use them and make the game even more beautiful. Sierra from Tigard, Oregon, or maybe it's pronounced Tigard, no one's ever heard of it. If Germany had beat Italy and Portugal had beat France, who would you have root for in the final since you seem to loathe both of them? Great question, easy answer, Germany. That's how much Portugal sucks. David Burke from America writes, Zinedine Zidane's last 2 games were magical, but you've been bashing him. Why not bash Frank Lampard instead? Okay, Frank Lampard, you suck. You had 24 shots, more than anyone else in the tournament. You didn't score a single goal. People are going to be looking at Rooney, people are going to be looking at Eriksson as to why England went down. But Mr. Lampard, why not look at yourself in the mirror? This letter is the only letter I've received from a Portuguese person attempting to defend the Portuguese, and in so doing, she created such an embarrassment of misspelling and grammar that I will not even respond to it, but I would like to let her know that there is an O in the word would, a C in the word criticize, 4 E's in the word refereeing instead of 2. The word predictions does not have 2 S's, and I think the spelling of the word one you wanted is O-N-E. All right. Alex Schapp from Canada says, a good friend of mine is a huge fan of yours. She watches all the episodes. She's from the USA, married a Canadian, and now is displaced in Calgary. It would be so totally hilarious if you could say something about Missy from Calgary, Alberta. Eh? All right. Missy from Calgary, Alberta is a drunk and a traitor to her nation, and her front door is probably unlocked right now. Missy. And finally, a loving letter from distant Japan. I haven't actually read this yet. It was just handed to me. I'm Mickey, 20-year-old girl from Tokyo, Japan. Well, all right. Do you know we can watch your The Unlikely Fan with Japanese subtitles? All right. Unlike dull and stereotyped report from other traditional media, thank you, The Unlikely Fan is very stupid and fantastic. Domo arigato. Well, there you have it. The Unlikely Fan. Stupid and fantastic. See you tomorrow. Is that really what it said?